Good job, guys. So, is this on? All right. What is your race? So, A, white, B, black or African American, C, Asian, D, American Indian or Alaskan Native, or E, Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islander. And if you're multiracial, you hit F. So, everyone go ahead and answer. All right, we're going to move on, okay? 3, 2, 1. Cool. All right, good job, guys. Okay, what is your ethnicity? 1, Hispanic, 2, non-Hispanic. And remember, we talked about it yesterday, the difference between race and ethnicity and why Hispanic wasn't on the other page, because you can be white Hispanic, you can be black Hispanic, you can be, multiracial Hispanic. So just a fun fact. So ready? We're going to move on. 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right. So what has a bigger influence on getting a person to feel good when they are drinking alcohol? Is it A, the physical effects that alcohol has on your body? Or is it B, it's the thinking, not the drinking, that causes most of the good effects associated with drinking? So try to remember what you put yesterday. Even if it's, the right answer. Just help me out. All right, we're going to move on. 3, 2, 1. Cool. All right. Effects people associate with alcohol but aren't really caused by drinking alcohol are A, pretend effects, B, physical effects, or C, mental effects. So what do you guys think? Just guess. It's okay. We're going to review, so. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Research has found that students who are told they are being served alcohol but are really being served non-alcoholic drinks will feel as if they are getting drunk because of the mental effects of alcohol. Is that A, true, or B, false? If you don't know, it's okay, because we're going to do a review. All right. Moving on. 3, 2, 1. Cool. So the most important thing that alcohol ads want teens to believe is that drinking makes them A, tough, B, smart, C, cool, or D, likable. All right, 3, 2, 1. Cool. And how many alcohol ads and social media posts about alcohol will people see by age 18? 10,000, B, 100,000, C, 500,000, or D, 1 million? And 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then advertisements for both alcohol and non-alcoholic drinks use the same marketing strategies. And so this is where we didn't learn any of this yesterday. So A, true, or B, false? What do you guys think? All right. And what do marketers call people that forward social media posts about alcohol without getting paid to share them? A, lifestyle influencers, B, trend reporters, C, digital followers, and D, brand ambassadors. And kind of think about when you see people on your Instagram or TikTok or something, what would those people be called when they're trying to sell you something? I don't know. Click and we'll learn. I can hear myself. Okay. What are the physical effects of the effects chemical alcohol has on a person's body? A, it makes them happy, funny, friendly, energetic. D, it makes them tired, dizzy, queasy, and lose judgment and control. Or C, it makes them funnier, more attractive, energetic, and active. Or D, all the above. You think it's all those things? What do we think? All right. So what is the formula that alcohol ads use to convince teens that drinking makes them cool? They A, show people doing cool things. B, use bright colors and cool words. C, show a celebrity in great clothing in an appealing setting with an intense look. Or D, drinking is already cool and ads don't need to make it seem that way. Basically saying it sells itself. So. All right, 3, 2, 1. How do alcohol ads get people to believe that drinking makes them happy, friendly, funny, and energetic? Is it A, they talk about the physical effects of what happens when people drink? B, they show images of what they want people to believe along with bottles of alcohol? Or C, alcohol ads don't need to convince people because the alcohol really does these things? All right. So, yay! You can just put your clickers down now to the end. So we're just going to kind of review of what we think. And so the sound wasn't working, but I want you guys to watch this video. It should work now. Yes!
We're with college students at Kelly's Brew Pub on historic Route 66 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The students are participating in an experiment to show how mental beliefs cause most of the good effects associated with drinking.
Lots of people think they have to have alcohol to get these effects, but the truth is you can get all the good effects of drinking without alcohol.
The students didn't know what the experiment was really about. They were simply told they were helping with a video about social interactions in a bar. Each student was served several beers, but here's the trick. Only 3 of the 12 students were drinking alcohol. The rest had non-alcoholic beer. Watch what happened. They started off with awkward small talk, but soon began acting wild and having fun. The symptoms of drunkenness were real. The students weren't pretending. They acted drunk, but it wasn't alcohol that caused them to have fun.
The placebo effect is well documented in medicine. It's simple classical conditioning. Remember Pavlov's dog? Every time he'd feed his dogs, he'd ring a bell, and then after a while, he'd come back and ring the bell, and the dogs would start to salivate, even though there was no food.
The same kind of conditioning works in people. If someone in a bar setting is given a drink, their body will start reacting like they've had alcohol.
Okay, how many of you had fun? Great. Cool. Okay. How many of you had as much fun as you normally have at a night drinking at the bar? Raise your hand. You had more fun.
The students used a breathalyzer to find out who really drank alcohol.
I felt happy.
Great. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. How did you feel when we were drinking?
Like I was having fun.
You said you were drinking, right?
Yeah. So that's surprising.
Once people realize they can get all the positive effects without alcohol, they start to figure out that they don't need to drink as much, or even drink at all, to get the positive social effects of drinking.
It's the thinking, not the drinking, that causes most of the good effects attributed to alcohol.
All right, so did we learn anything in that? What do we think? Yep. Okay, stop. Sorry. Stop drinking, okay. Exactly. You do not need alcohol to have fun, because why? It's the thinking, not the drinking, because remember, we learned, apple juice. I love apple juice. But you're right. Yeah, it looks, yeah. All right, those are all really, really good answers. Remember yesterday we talked about the physical and the mental effects. So there's only 10% of the mental effects that alcohol actually has. The rest is not what you would think it is. So, remember, the physical effects are sleepy and tired, dizzy and uncoordinated, and queasy and sick. Remember, it can make you throw up or give you diarrhea. And, no one sees ads on TV of someone, throwing up on the toilet, right? Because that's gross. So, we're going to show you this video because we didn't get to hear it yesterday, so I want you guys to hear all the videos. So here we go.
When our brains build mental associations between things, it's called classical conditioning. 100 years ago, the Russian scientist Ivan Pavlov discovered he could get dogs to salivate at the sound of a bell if he rang a bell every time he fed them. It took him just 23 times pairing food with a bell before only hearing the bell without any food made the dogs drool. American teens are exposed to 500,000 alcohol ads and social media posts by age 18. That's an awful lot of times alcohol companies have to condition our brains with the mental beliefs they're selling. Dog, 23 pairings, and it drools whenever it hears a bell. Teenagers, 500,000 alcohol ads. What have we been conditioned to believe about drinking?
All right, so we're gonna watch this little this video, and this is I wanted you guys to hear this yesterday.
Damn, that was another file. Gonna have to reboot again. Hey Dwight, do you want an Altoid? What do you think?
In school, we learned about this scientist who trained dogs to salivate at the sound of a bell by feeding them whenever a bell rang. So for the past couple weeks, I've been conducting a similar experiment.
Dwight, want an Altoid? Okay. Altoid? Sure. Ventway? Ventway? Yes. What are you doing? What?
I don't know. My mouth tastes so bad all of a sudden.
All right, so can anyone tell me what happened there? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, ask that one more time. Sorry. Mm-hmm. And right, because he was classical conditioned. Yep, we'll do,
It's something like it's kind of like the same thing that Michael said. The man, he got really used to of the computer guy giving him mints over and over again when he pushed a button on his computer so it can make a little ding sound. And every time he'll do that, after about a few times, he'll hold his hand out because he got used to it. But then after, the man was like, "What are you doing? Why do you have your hand out?" Like he was like.
Mm-hmm. And do you really think his mouth started tasting bad?
No.
No, he just wanted the mint, and so he made that mental, connection.
A mental, physical, something. Okay.
All right. So good job. So that's what the whole point of this, because I know it's kind of confusing, classical conditioning. The whole point of that is to show you that, when you're seeing all these advertisements, and we're going to show you more of these people having fun and stuff, what do you think those alcohol companies are trying to do? They're trying to get you, so when you're younger, they're not appealing to older people, because we already know, well, no, because not all adults have had a drink, but, we already know those educated decisions. So if younger people see it, they just think, oh, I can't wait to turn 21 and have a drink because it's fun, party, and that's not the case. Mm-hmm.
One more question. So when you said the people, us young people, we can't wait till we get 21 to drink and stuff like that. When they be having those commercials like on social media and stuff, do they try to do that to get their business hyper for like more stuff?
What do you guys think? Yes or no? I think so, because they're not trying to market to the old man that's sitting on his couch. They're trying to market to young people that see young, adults of age having fun, right? So then by the time you turn 21, you just think, oh, that's fun, Mm-hmm. Last question. And you know what? It is all about money, right? Because the more people spend and drink, you're putting money in some CEO's pocket who really probably doesn't care that, they're advertising to children. So we're going to just kind of move on here, and I think we were able to watch. Okay, so this is where we left off. So congratulations, your mind creates much of what you experience as reality, and you're the one creating everything you circled, not the alcohol. So now we're going to learn about advertising and social media, because that's a huge part of, sales in anything, right? You see a commercial for food, for cars.
Think you know about alcohol advertising and social media? Get this. The alcohol industry spends over $5 billion a year on advertising and social media promotions. Let's look at all the sneaky ways they target you. In the U.S., there's no government regulation on alcohol ads. Alcohol companies make up their own guidelines about not advertising to people under 21, but they're really weak, and the biggest alcohol companies don't even follow them. For example, 22% of Budweiser's TV and radio ads are on programs with heavy teen audiences. 1 billion of the 5 billion alcohol companies spend on advertising every year goes to social media. Because alcohol companies know lots of teens are active on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook. Everyone knows the message alcohol companies send to teens. Drinking is fun. Everybody's doing it. Life's a party when you drink. Hot guys and sexy girls like to drink. You should always drink when you socialize because people will be more attracted to you. Social media amplifies these beliefs about alcohol even more. That's why many alcohol brands have multiple Facebook sites. Bud Light has 10 separate Facebook pages. Corona has 15, and Smirnoff tops them all with 52. The 10 leading alcohol brands have more than 6.5 million people liking their Facebook pages. Alcohol companies use social media as a way to cheat on their rules about advertising to youth under 21 because they know youth age 13 to 17 spend about 3 hours a day on social media, and most use more than one app. Just by clicking a box saying you're 21, their social media sites let you access alcohol promotions and interact with alcohol companies. It would be easy to verify your real age, but given how so many alcohol ads target youth, it's pretty clear alcohol companies don't really want to block underage social media users. Teens as young as 13 who like just one alcohol post are bombarded with up to a dozen social media posts from alcohol companies every day. Some people get so caught up in alcohol companies' hype, they become unpaid cheerleaders for different brands of alcohol. They post photos of themselves drinking or wearing promotional clothing or placing alcohol in nature scenes. Some buy custom alcohol snowboards or post pictures of alcohol at sports events. Many people post pictures of their pets posing with alcohol. And some people are so identified with their favorite alcohol brand, they post photos of their alcohol tattoos and haircuts. The alcohol industry calls people who promote their messages brand ambassadors. Brand ambassadors, the fancy word alcohol company used for people they've duped into doing the work of advertisers without getting paid for it. Alcohol companies send out regular posts, tweets, and Instagrams announcing drinking events at sports bars or concerts. People forward these messages to friends along with photos of themselves attending the event without ever realizing they've become an unpaid advertiser. Simple social media ads, like a recipe for a new mixed drink, can be shared thousands of times. In addition to convincing unpaid brand ambassadors to promote their products, alcohol companies pay digital lifestyle influencers to promote their brands on social media. Many blogs and YouTube channels review new alcohol products or feature their drink recipes. Famous athletes host cruises and events where they pose with alcohol bottles and play drinking games. And more than 7 out of 10 of the top 100 celebrities on Instagram post photos of themselves with alcohol. Lifestyle influencers promoting alcohol is big business. In just 6 months, Bud Light got more than 700 posts from the nearly 400 influencers, and Jack Daniels got nearly 900 posts from over 550 influencers. Some of the most popular lifestyle influencers, those who have more than 1 million followers, can get paid $100,000 for a single post once it gets thousands of likes. Studies show most people don't realize they're seeing an ad when viewing social media posts from their friends or celebrity lifestyle influencers. And the more teens view, like, and share social media posts about alcohol, the more they tend to drink.
All right, so that was on the pre-test. So what do you call somebody that, promotes something for something and they don't get paid? Yep.
it's like a free sponsor, not a free sponsor, but like a free advertisement.
Yeah, absolutely. Close.
It's called unpaid.
You got it. Yay. So remember that for your post test. Brand ambassador. I know it's kind of confusing because they talked about lifestyle, but I'll just give you something that's kind of can tie into this, right? So I'm sure you guys know who the Kardashians are, right? And you have Kendall and Kylie. Who do you think mainly follows Kendall Jenner on Instagram?
Supporters, their family, and probably some people that they sponsored to get paid by, and they keep them in mind. So if they want their alcohol business to get better or bigger, they can go and just pay them so the Kylie Jenner fam can post it.
And you're absolutely right. And I think too, I mean, if I were to go scroll and just, I mean, she has so many followers, most of them are probably young teenage girls, right? Because they're models, they're pretty, they got a show. Well, Kendall Jenner just came out with a line of tequila. Do you really think in your mind she's going to be advertising and trying to appeal to somebody like, you know, no offense, Lisa's age, my dad's age? No. She's going to try to sell that to young people. Why? Because she saw a market and she's going to advertise. And I just was on her Instagram the other day, and there's so many things for her new tequila company, and it's just going out there when she knows that most of her followers are young adults. So they're not advertising to adults. You know, they're really trying to get, you know. So who's that?
Rihanna.
We love Riri, right? I love her makeup. Fenty is great. So ads sell mental beliefs and not products, right? So the formula for looking cool, and this is going to be on your post test, okay? So it's a celebrity, great clothing, appealing setting, and an intense look. And it doesn't matter what you're selling. She could be selling, you know, a pencil in her hand. But, you know, you got a celebrity, Rihanna. She's got a cute little white dress on, appealing setting. She's on the beach. We love the beach, right? And an intense look, right? I want to buy whatever she's got in her hand. So if you want to write down on your paper the elements ad used to make the product seem cool. So it's celebrity, great clothing, appealing setting, and intense look. Okay. So now we got two, right? Who's that? And we all like Drake. I know he's one of my favorites, even from the Degrassi days. So why do these both look so much alike? What do they got? What are the similarities? Yep.
They both have wine, and they're both sponsoring somebody's drink.
Well, we don't know what they have. That kind of looks like a bottle, but that's just kind of covering it up. It's kind of a weird shape. What do you think she's selling in this? What do you think Rihanna's trying to sell you in this? Alcohol? Well, I'll tell you this. One of them's selling alcohol and one of them is not, right? But we don't know because they have the same formula. Celebrity, great clothing. Look, he looks like he's on a red carpet, probably got a very expensive leather jacket on. Appealing setting, so, you know, he's probably at an event party, red carpet. She's on the beach, and that's both the formula for cool. So one of them is selling alcohol, one of them is not. And, you know, we're about to find out who. So because they use the same formula for the mental belief that drinking makes you cool, both of these alcohol and coconut water ads look similar. So, and you would never know, right? Because they're using the same exact advertising skills. Doesn't matter, again, if it was a pencil in her hand, you'd want to buy it because they have that formula. Celebrity, great clothing, appealing setting, and there you go. So advertisers know, right? And people, by the way, there are people that set out and study demographics and what sells. That's what people go to school for. So they research that.
Well, you had something covering the thing that Rihanna had in her hand. See, the only reason why I say alcohol is because it had like a glass sheet on the side.
Yes, yeah. No, yeah, it does kind of look, a lot of kids say like martini. Advertisers know it doesn't matter what the real physical effects of alcohol are. People buy their products because of the beliefs that they've mentally associated with drinking, which is, you know, makes you cool. So we're going to watch a video. So one of the beliefs that, you know, they want you to believe is that drinking makes you cool. So this is going to be a video. I know we all know what extra means. That was pretty extra, right, for a beer commercial. So what happened there? What happened to the girl from the beginning to the end? What did they try to make you think? We'll start red.
She went with the man, and she ran into a wedding and got some beer, and then gave 2 people a beer, and then helped the man escape, and then that's when they had a beer, I guess.
And what did that commercial try to make you think? That the beer, right, was what saved the day, right?
Yes.
And what, yep. Sure, get your hand up.
When they went, they ruined somebody's wedding. I know it was like a commercial, but like if it was in real life, they ruined somebody's wedding just to give out beer to make it like it's so popular that they ruined somebody's day.
And did you notice, right, like the girl was hitting stuff, getting, her hair was all crazy, she was all nervous, and the second she grabbed that beer, she was confident stopping all the bad guys, right, because she had 2, a tray of beers in her hand. The bad guys went into a pool, one of them went off somewhere else, and essentially was saying that the Heineken was the reason why that she saved the day, right, because she was cooler with the beer, when in reality, that's not, really what saved the day. It was her just being awesome, right? But they want to make you think that it was the beer. You want to grab the mic? Yeah, we're doing a little pass. Yep.
At the beginning, she also looked very confused.
Yeah, and then at the end, what was she?
She was cool, because she had a wedding hat on, and she was holding the tray with 4 beers on there. And then she gave 2 of them to people, two people, and yeah.
Yeah, but you just made a really good point. At the beginning, she was scared, didn't know what was going on, and then at the end, she was saving the day, stop the bad guys, right? All because of the beer. Last question, then we're gonna move on.
Is that like what it says? Drinking makes you cool. After she was giving out the beer, she was acting really cool, but before because she was just confused what was going on.
Yeah, and that's what the advertisement, right? Because we had, I don't know if you guys know who that was. What's the actor's name?
Rihanna Drake.
What is it? Daniel Craig, right? He's kind of a little older, but you had an actor, cool setting. They're on the boat, looks like somewhere in a foreign country where, I think we all want to be on vacation. Cool setting, appealing clothing, everyone was dressed nice to the 10th. And then they sold you a belief that because she grabbed those beers, it made her look cool, but it really didn't. So one more question and we're gonna move on. Because they're trying to sell you that belief, right? Because it really doesn't. Because it makes you, in reality, it makes you sick, queasy, and tired. So drinking does not make you cool, right? No, alcohol does not equal cool. Cool comes from what you do and how you act, and there's no magic potion that you can drink to make you cool, right? You are cool because of your own. No, yeah, I'm going to teach you about that next week. There's no magic potion, we're all our own selves. Everybody's different. And, feeling tired isn't cool, right? Because that's an actual physical effect that happens in your brain. Getting sick isn't cool. We talked about that. It can make you throw up, and if it's not coming out this way, it's coming out that way. So if you want, question number 5, I might be the one below it. So alcohol does not equal being cool. Write down one reason why. Can anyone else give me a reason why it wouldn't be cool to drink alcohol? Yeah, in the back. There you go, bud.
Grown-ups and mature people do it a lot.
I don't know about grown-ups being mature, but not after drinking alcohol. All right, one more question. We'll do soccer shirt. Yep, and then we're going to move on. Yep.
So I was just going to say one reason was you don't having no control over your body isn't cool either.
No, and when that happens and you make poor decisions, you can make decisions that can impact you, your family, other people, and they can impact you for the rest of your life. We all know it's not good to. So you just learned how to see through alcohol marketing, right? Because we saw that they want you to think that that girl was cool. And then when you're younger, you get classical conditioned to see those ads and say, oh, it made her cool, it made her like save the day. And then if you really think about it, if you list the real physical effects of alcohol when you drink, that's not really the case. But
That drinking is not cool.
yeah, what's up?
Well, usually if somebody has to like study something, like with their friend or something, like with school or something, drinking can get them out of work and stuff, like unfocused, and they like to party all night, popping bottles every day.
No, you're absolutely right. And what can that become? That can lead to further addiction. So you're absolutely right, 100% on that one. That it does affect your work, right? You can't go to work if you're drunk. Your boss is going to say, no, you're fired, get out of here. So, because why? It's not good for your body. So we'll do one more, and then we're going to move on.
Also makes you abusive and like mean and stuff.
Exactly. So we were talking about that yesterday, that it's really depends on your mood. And if, chances are, if you're, going to start drinking and you're in a bad mood, your mood's not going to get better after a few drinks. It's actually probably going to make it a lot worse. So that was really good. One more with your hand up, sweetie. Mm-hmm.
Also drinking, it can make you like, say for the next morning, like you had a hangover and like all the alcohol that you've been drinking, it hasn't really finished doing what it's really supposed to do. So like you probably still be like, your eyes are probably still be blurry and stuff, and you could be still getting sick in the morning after the day that you did it.
Mm-hmm. I could name a couple songs where they say "wake up drunk," right? That's where that term comes from. So, because it doesn't matter. I went to sleep. Well, no, your body only processes half an ounce. Is it an ounce or half an ounce? Half an ounce of liquor an hour. So, if you're drinking a lot, it's going to run its course. It doesn't matter if you went to sleep. So that was really, really good point. We are going to move on, okay? So then this is going to be another. We're going to see what the advertising for drinking making you happy and friendly, right? And then we'll discuss it after.
I'm coming. Come on, guys, come on. Well, I hear that lonesome whistle blow. I'll leave my love and I can't say why. I know I'll make her cry.
So we're going to dissect a few things and then we'll talk about it. So one, if you notice, it said there's nothing in the way, right? Because you've seen so many ads that get you to think that drinking's fun and cool, so they know that there's nothing in their way to sell you that alcohol, right? But no, now that you guys know, hopefully you'll remember, yeah, I'm in the way and I'm not going to buy this because I know. So did anyone notice, what were the people in the house? What were their moods like? Yeah, they were,
And they was like real happy and partying and stuff, and they wasn't getting drunk.
One at a time.
They was acting crazy.
They were acting crazy, and
No, I mean like they wasn't like getting drunk after like a lot of drinks. It like took the back the mic up. Like it took them like a lot of drinks just to get drunk.
Yeah, and did anyone notice the driver? What was his mood like?
He was just all over the place, like just driving all crazy.
But
and
did his face? What did his face look like? What do you guys think? Yeah, he did. Oh, that's really good. Yep.
And another thing, they were partying like normal people party. But the driver, he was just driving all over the place, and it wasn't being really safe because you can't do two things at twice, like driving. I mean, you can, but like driving, you paying attention and partying and stuff at the same time. So they was all over the place.
So, and yeah, that ad, but they made you, right? Everybody in the house was having a good time. Even like the fish was happy, right? because there was what they're trying to say is because there was Bacardi there. That's a type of liquor or brand. Because there was Bacardi there, the people in the house were having fun, and because the driver wasn't able to go back there and drink with others, he was in a bad mood. And that's what they're trying to tell you, is that everyone in the house was having fun because they were drinking, and he was kind of getting FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. He was missing out on the party because they were drinking, right? Yep, last question, buddy. Walk at you. Exactly. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. Who said it? She said it. Someone said it. I'll let you say it. What is that called? Yeah, and so there is, I'm not a scientist, but from what I've gathered from just the internet and, learned, that's because your body is so dehydrated and your brain is literally so dehydrated and so dry that it hurts. Isn't that crazy that something you put in your stomach is drying out your brain? And that's why usually a lot of people try to drink water the next day and it still doesn't help them feel better because they're so chronically dehydrated. Yeah, and he probably was not very happy the next day, right? Last question.
Okay, so something to set up something to add on. When I said that, like, it was a hangover, and then before, like, when somebody else asked a question, you said that your body only can take a certain amount of alcohol or liquor or something. So that's probably why, like, you wake up grumpy and mad and stuff also. Another reason why.
Yeah, and I don't think I should have mentioned this earlier, but if you reach the point of throwing up, that is your body's way of telling you that you are on the verge of needing to go to the hospital because it's trying to get the alcohol out. So throwing up is not normal. That means that you've drinking way too much, and that is on the verge and like a minor case of alcohol poisoning, right? Because that's your body saying, you need to get me out now, or you're going to have to go to the hospital and you could potentially, get seriously hurt. Yeah. I mean, like you just said, that can happen. So last question, then we're going to watch the next video.
If that happened,
buddy, I don't really know how to answer that because everybody's different. But your body, everyone's body's incredible, human body. So we do have ways to protect ourselves. But that's your body's way of saying is to throw up until it feels like it's going to be okay and you've gotten that alcohol out. Exactly, because if you do drink too much, when you get to the verge of throwing up, you have had alcohol poisoning. And again, social media and all that does not tell you that, right? So what do we saw? So we showed images with alcohol in them, and then your brain wires that together to see that those people in the house were having fun because they were drinking, and the driver was sad and bored because he was not. So alcohol does not make you happy and friendly, right? Because being tired doesn't help you be happy. Hangovers don't help you be happy, right? When you're sick and your body's about to shut down, you're not going to be very happy, right? And feeling sorry about something you did because you lost your judgment is the opposite of being happy. What do you think what's one of the worst things that you can do as a loss of judgment when you're drinking alcohol? Yeah, because you could do something crazy, right? You could say something mean. How about getting behind a common one? Getting behind the wheel of a car. That's loss of judgment, right? And making that decision because you drank alcohol could really impact your life, right? And that's not going to make you happy and friendly. It's going to make you sad. No, you really could. You really could. You really, really could. So if you want, and question number 6, to write alcohol does not equal happy and friendly, and then write one of the reasons down. But you guys are all doing really, really great participating, by the way. What's up, buddy? Okay, so we're going to watch this one. Drinking makes you funny.
Okay, right there, ready.
TJ, over here, little orange head, flavorful body.
What do you bought?
I like your style.
What are you? What is you?
Yeah, you look like an unemployed Civil War general.
Yeah, well, there's not a lot of work for Civil War generals right now.
You look like you're about to get evicted from your parents' basement.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You look like you've recently been evicted from your parents' orange crate.
You look like you're on a cleanse that doesn't work.
Do you realize that your sunglasses move when you talk?
It's kind of my thing.
It's terrifying.
You look like your pet turtle is the only one you can lean on for emotional support.
Derek's a good listener. Was it difficult to give up your dream of becoming a punk rocker to manage an electronics store in San Diego?
You look like you were raised in the wild, but your dad, Wolf, worked a lot.
Well, yeah, so you had to bring home that wolf bacon. Do you consider fresh squeezed orange juice murder?
You look like a toddler who took a growth serum.
And you're a citrus snowboard instructor?
You look like an out-of-work magician.
It's a hobby.
I feel like you peaked in middle school.
You're awfully sassy for someone without a torso.
I think your superpower is breathing heavy.
That would be a pretty good superpower, actually.
People would know you're there.
Mm-hmm. Now, your mother was an orange. Was your father medical marijuana?
You look like you broke your yoga mat.
Do you even have eyes under there?
Hey, I got a movie idea for you.
Okay.
This loser walks into a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's called Right Now.
Touche. Or is it touch? Touching.
All right, so we're going to talk about this quickly, right? Because I'm going too slow. So what was happening the more he was sipping his beer, right? What was starting to happening? Raise your hand. Yep.
He was the man who was drinking, the human being when he was drinking, he was saying more stuff to the little orange.
And he was getting funnier, right? Because he was drinking. That's what they want to make you believe, that if you have a little bit of alcohol, it's going to make you funnier, okay? We'll do you in the front, bud, since I haven't heard from you yet. Yeah.
He was hallucinating.
I mean, if you're talking to an orange on a beer handle, that is concerning. And also, too, did you notice that they also advertised marijuana in that same ad? So that's kind of, there's two beliefs that they're trying to sell you. One more, and we're going to move on. Yep.
He was technically also, like, making fun of the man, the orange head guy.
Yeah, right? And making fun of someone isn't funny, right? It doesn't make you funny. One more in the back, and then we're going to watch the next video. Yep. Right? Yeah, the jokes were getting meaner. He was getting funnier because he was drinking more alcohol, right? So they showed alcohol with images in it, and your brain, you guys are so smart, already made the connection that he was being funnier because he was drinking, when in reality, we know that's not the case, right? So drinking does not make you funny. Most sleepy people don't joke very much. It's not easy to be funny if your head is spinning from being dizzy or if you're throwing up on the toilet. And you're not going to be very funny if you feel like you're going to throw up. So, I mean, I know I'm not. If I'm feeling sick, I want to be in my bed with my mom making me some soup. So, we're going to watch this one, okay? So, drinking makes you energetic and active.
Oh, in some of my songs, I casually mention the fact that I like to drink beer. Now this little song is more to the point. Roll out the barrel and let me know it. I like beer.
Come on, my jolly good fellows.
I like beer. It tastes mighty fine, especially on nights that are mellow. Nights that are mellow. Yes, we like beer.
Okay, so we definitely saw that, right? There was a couple celebrities in there, cool settings, gym. But let's be honest here. If you're drinking, do you really think you're going to be exercising, right? And what happens if you drink too much beer? What happens to your belly? What do we call that? Beer belly, right? So they're trying to make it seem like if you drink beer, you're going to be fit and active. Let me tell you something. I doubt that those world-class athletes, the girl who just won that amazing track a couple weeks ago, right? She's amazing. Just broke a world record. Do you really think she drinks beer? No, she probably has a very strict diet, sticks to her nutrition, and exercises regular. I doubt that somebody that active drinks a bunch of alcohol, right, and has fun. No.
But some great athletes do drink beer.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, but the funny that you said Gronk, right? Because what did we learn at the beginning? He has his own alcohol cruise, a party cruise, right? So, but, you know, and adults do drink alcohol, but what they're trying to, well, not all, you know, some, and that's a decision you can make when you're of age. But, you know, the whole point is they're going to show you an image. They had the actor and they had everyone singing and working out. And then you wire to think that, oh, I can drink and I can still, you know, exercise and have fun. So alcohol does not be energetic and active. So the real physical effects of alcohol are being sleepy and tired. And that's the opposite of being energetic and active, right? So if you want to, on question 9, write down, you know, alcohol does not make you energetic and active. So, all right. Does anyone have anything else to add before we take the test of what we learned? All right, that's okay. All right, so get your clickers. Boop, boop, boop. And, all right, so let's see what you guys learned. So what has a bigger influence on getting a person to feel good when they are drinking alcohol? Is it A, the physical effects that alcohol has on the body, or is it B, it's the thinking, not the drinking, that causes most of the good effects associated with alcohol? So what do you guys think? All right, you guys got it? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yay, good job. That is so correct. So 93% of you got that right. It is the thinking, not the drinking, right? So effects people associate with alcohol but aren't really caused by drinking alcohol are what? A, pretend effects, B, physical effects, or C, mental effects. So remember, this is your belief, right? So what do you think? A, B, or C? All right. All right, that's awesome. So 71% of you got it right, and they are the mental effects, right? Because we just learned that advertisements like to sell you this thing that it's a party when it's really not. So research has found that students who are told they are being served alcohol but are really being served non-alcoholic drinks will feel as if they are getting drunk because of the mental effects of alcohol. So is that A, true, or B, false? All right, ready? Awesome. You guys are so smart, and you listen and pay attention. So definitely, that's true. So the most important thing that alcohol ads want teens to believe is that drinking makes them A, tough, B, smart, C, cool, or D, likable, right? What are you looking for, sweetie? Your clicker? I thought I saw something and I was like, am I tripping? But I wasn't, so good to know. It's okay. Yeah, it happens. Okay. So you want to go ahead and click real quick, buddy? All right. 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. So yeah, 87% of you got it right. So yeah, they want you to think that drinking makes you cool, right? So how many alcohol ads and social media posts about alcohol will people see by the age of 18? And just already, you know, think about how many you've seen. So A, 10,000, B, 100,000, C, 500,000, or D, 1 million. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. 100%. All right, 500,000. You guys are awesome. All right, so advertisements for both alcohol and non-alcoholic drinks use the same marketing strategies. Is that A, true, or B, false? All right, good job, good job. So that is true, right? Because as we saw with the Rihanna and the Drake, they had the same formula. Celebrity, great clothing, appealing setting, and that makes you cool, right? So what do marketers call people that forward social media posts about alcohol without getting paid to share them, right? So that was a video. A, lifestyle influencers, B, trend reporters, C, digital followers, or D, brand ambassadors. All right, so 3, 2, 1. Okay, good job, good job. So it is going to be the brand ambassador, right? Because that's somebody who posts about alcohol without getting paid, okay? And there's a lot of that, especially on Instagram. That's a big one, and TikTok. So what are the physical effects that chemical alcohol has on a person's body? Is it A, it makes them happy, funny, friendly, and energetic? B, it makes them tired, dizzy, queasy, and lose judgment and control? And C, it makes them funnier, attractive, energetic, and active? Or D, all the above? So remember, this is a physical effect, what actually happens to your body. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. All right, yay. So you guys are right. So physical effect alcohol has on your body is it makes you dizzy, queasy, lose control, and judgment. You guys are awesome. So what is the formula that alcohol ads use to convince teens that drinking makes them cool? Is it A, show people doing cool things, C, use bright colors and cool words, or sorry, B, and then C, show a celebrity in great clothing in an appealing setting with an intense look, or D, drinking is already cool and ads don't need to make it seem that way? So what do we think? All right, just click it once. Ready? All right, we're going to move on. All right, good job. So the showing people doing cool things, you are right. But remember, the formula for that is show a celebrity in great clothing in an appealing setting with an intense look. Remember the Rihanna and the Drake, right? Celebrity, both look cool. Looked cool, but they were selling two different things. How do alcohol ads get people to believe that drinking makes them happy, friendly, funny, and energetic? Is it A, they talk about the physical effects of what happens when people drink? B, they show images of what they want people to believe along with alcohol bottles? Or C, alcohol ads don't need to convince people because alcohol already does these things? All right, we ready? Good job. So 88% of you, so you're right. So like we saw in those commercials, they show you these extra commercials and then they have a tiny little part with alcohol because they're trying to show you this huge belief that all this big stuff is going to happen, you know, and we saw that with the ads. So media manipulation skill building. So alcohol companies spend millions on every video they produce, and that's why learning to decode, you know, kind of understand that the messages in TV ads is important for understanding the mental beliefs they're trying to get you to associate with drinking. So, you know, the skills that you just learned today, next time you see an ad with alcohol, just think in your head like, okay, they're showing me a party, but what we really know happens that makes you sick and tired, loss of judgment, so why aren't they telling me this stuff? They're only showing me the happy things, right? So, and I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. So we're finished. Yeah, this is for the older kids. So, yeah. Does anyone have any questions? They want to add something before we wrap up? Yep, go ahead, sweetie.
Will you be coming back to talk about the drugs also?
I am going to come back. And someone else was going to facilitate, but I said y'all were so good that I took over and I want to facilitate. So we're going to be back, I believe, next Monday. Don't quote me on this.
Is this for alcohol?
It's the 4th. Mondays. Oh, not just kidding. We're off Monday, but we are back next week to teach about marijuana prevention and wellness. I think you guys are really going to like that one because we hit on vaping and all the dangers with that. So last question. Yeah, well, a little bit about everything. Yep. So thank you guys so much. You guys were a fantastic, so polite group. I cannot wait to come.
Who? Thanks for coming, by the way. Oh, we on live? They had us on live the whole time?
We want to thank the Henley Foundation. Let's give them a hand for such an excellent presentation. that they have done. Our children are so excited, and they say that we have a very good group, and they're excited about them coming back to teach them about the effects of marijuana. And we're excited about that too, because education, knowledge, we may not be able to be there when you have the opportunity to make the choice, but you will be educated as to whether you want to drink or not. So just sitting here and watching them ask questions and respond was excellent. And I want to thank you all again for being our facilitators. And we're excited about on July 12th, they will be back to be with us. And they will be also, again, like I say, teaching them about the effects of marijuana. So it's been very, 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 very good. So I don't know if we did have them say something before. If they want to say something now, they can. Their last response. I think we were on Facebook Live. Oh, we were on Facebook Live. So some of the parents were able to look in and see what you all were doing. And then also, if anybody else want to maybe bring them to your organization, maybe you have a camp or maybe you have a school and you would like them to come, you definitely can get in touch with them. We can post their information and you can see that. So again, we want to thank you all for coming out. And again, we want to thank our children. Thank you campers for being so polite and participating, listening and responding. As you all can see, when they begin to take the test, they did excellent on there. So I'm just excited about it. So next time, like I said, we will be doing live, so you parents can look in next week when we bring out those that we will have here for career and college week. We have people that are going to come and talk about the careers that they chose and how they have excelled in those careers. So we want you all to listen in so you can see what your children are learning and maybe a profession they want to go to. Thank you again.